So sometimes we get discs we don't always like. Maybe it's got 10 stamps that you're not too fond of. Maybe it's a bottom stamp. Maybe it's a stock stamp you want to make more personal. With stencil dyeing, we can go as simple or as complex as you want to make it with your stencil. Simple as the Heisenberg drawing. As complex as a houndstooth Alabama logo. I'll show you how to do it.
So aside from the most obvious thing, a disc, you're going to need a paintbrush, an X-Acto knife, a Sharpie, some kind of card, your stencil, a cutting board, towel, tape, contact paper, acetone, and dye. Alright guys, so first thing we want to do after we get all of our stuff together, you get a disc, no stamp, or wipe the stamp, obviously the stamp was there. And we want to get our contact paper rolled out. Find a good spot for your disc. I do about 11 inches long, and then on each side of the disc, I'll do, center that up, about 3 squares, and then I'll just mark it off. And I'll come through here and cut this with scissors and get a nice square to lay on the disc.
Alright, so now we'll just take the contact paper and line the disc with it. Try to center it up as best as you can. And we'll try to remove any air bubbles. Alright, now we got it all wrapped. I just marked the center with the dot. If you're having trouble with all the air bubbles, try to use a card to smooth them out. But now, place our stencil, whatever you want to use, and we'll center it up.
Alright, so I've got my stencil placed and centered up. Now I'm going to use my X-Acto knife, and I'm going to cut out what I need to cut out. Alright, so we got our stencil cut out and removed. One tip I'll give you, try to use painter's tape or masking tape or something like that on here. Regular desk tape tends to tear the contact paper. So I've got a little dyeing station set up, cutting board, towel over it, disc on top of that, a towel here. This is iodide poly, equal parts dye and acetone mixed together. The acetone will just help it dry a little bit quicker. Got that on towel. I'm about to paint it on.
So you could just pour the dye into a plate and drop the disc into there and let it sit, but I found it takes hours and hours for it to set, whereas here with the acetone it dries really fast and sets really fast.
So we just literally just paint a coat on, just enough to cover our exposed spots, and we'll just wait until that dries and apply another coat as needed. So our dye's looking pretty dark. We're going to go ahead and move this to the sink, get it rinsed off, check how it looks, see if it needs another coat. Remove it to another towel just so we don't have anything drip. Alright, we're at the sink. It's all rinsed off. See, it's nice and dark. Create the original color of the disc.
Alright guys, so it's been a grand total of about 2 hours since I started wiping the stamp, and we're done. This acetone dye works really fast, sets really fast, dries really fast, and final product. A little bit of bleed right there where I didn't seal the edge of the contact paper enough, but pretty happy overall. Hope you all enjoyed.